Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. Can you believe it? It's December already, and this is going to be the last video for Rico's Nanotank Challenge of 2018. Christmas is right around the corner, and this competition is going to be coming to an end. Now, what can I say about the Nanotank Challenge? Well, it is definitely a challenge. I give a lot of people credit that keep these small tanks year after year. I have over a 200-gallon tank, and this is a 10-gallon tank with about 8 gallons worth of water after rock and sand. And let me tell you, it is a big difference. It is definitely a big difference. I've noticed how fast things could swing, and pretty much how you got to watch this thing like a hawk. I've definitely noticed the growth in smaller tanks versus large tanks. I actually have a couple colonies in this nano tank. When I bought the frag, it was a larger frag. I ended up breaking a piece off, so it pretty much met regulations for this competition. And the remaining frag I placed in my large display tank. Well, anything in my large display tank pretty much outgrew it around 3 times size compared to what's in this nano tank. But it was still fun nonetheless, and I definitely realized the importance of alkalinity and a really good test kit. Ever since I switched to the HANA checker for alkalinity, that thing is worth its weight in gold. Things started to change in this tank with the last 2 months. I felt they started growing a lot better and looking a lot healthier. The zoas are open a lot more now, and they didn't take off like I thought they would, honestly. I really thought the zoas would do well, but in an SPS dominant tank, I don't know. It seems like the zoas and stuff, even different species, some of them actually do like the cleaner water, it seems like. With zoas, I always feel that they kind of have their own unique personalities with what species you're dealing with. But they didn't grow that good, but I did have some corals that grew really well. The bird's nest seems to grow really well. It didn't really seem to care what was going on. It just said, I'm growing no matter what. The stylo did pretty good. It grew out fairly decent. A little slow though, honestly, but I thought it did okay. Now, as far as my Monopora digitata, this thing did pretty decent. It's growing and crusting more than it's actually growing outward. And if you looked at a little shadow that's underneath that one Monopora right there, it's actually a Mystic Sunset Monopora that the thing is just encrusting over. So these other ones over here are all having a turf war. You got the Lepto, which is creeping up. The Bubblegum Digitata right there. You can see a little bit of discoloration from the Lepto stinging it. And then I have the Rainbow Monopora, which is actually going in towards the Bubblegum and about to get a little bit of the Lepto over there too. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on over there. I'm going to try to see if I can maybe break the fight up somehow. The Pavona over here did okay. It did pretty good, like I said, with everything else. Everything survived, as far as it goes to the SPS. I did lose some star polyps, though. I did lose 2 emerald matrix crabs, and I did lose a core jester. So there was some casualties in the year. But other than that, all the other corals did well. This Gorgonian is doing really well. I mean, the thing's about 6 inches tall from the very base to the top now, when it was only 1 inch when I put it in. And you can see how it has that one shoot going out to the side. This Acropora over here, the Millipora, was kind of odd. It changed colors, which was really awesome. But then it seems like it got smoother and started over encrusting. So I don't know what's going on with that thing. It's still healthy, though. Polyps are out every day. The Monopora over here is doing good. It was a Monopora undata with white polyps, and I just recently heard or saw someone actually market it as a ghost Monopora. So I guess they're going to change it or come up with a fancy nickname for it. The Candy Cane's doing all right. It came in late to the game and actually only had 1 head. It's starting to split in the middle, which is really cool. Up top here, the Bird's Nest, as you can see, it did really well, like I was saying before. And the Mystic Sunset Monopora did pretty good when encrusting. I did have the problem with the alkalinity and noticed that it did start to bleach in certain spots. But once I ended up fixing it, the last 2 months, the polyps have been coming back and actually encrusted over a couple pieces that did actually die out. So now it's pretty much back to the size it was, and it's happy again. Over here, I actually have the one brain coral, which is up there. I'm going to be moving that one after the new year. And I have the Aiken over there, which did pretty good. It grew a lot of heads. Once the new year comes, I do have to admit, though, I am going to be breaking this tank down. I'm actually going to end up bringing it downstairs and trying to rebuild it almost exactly, just move some stuff around in order to move it into an Oceanic BioQ 29 gallon that I have down there now. So it pretty much will be getting upgraded. I definitely liked how I changed out the top mesh and got the BRS, the real clear mesh, versus what it came with the standard. And the Hippogero, I still love that light. $60, doing great. And I like how it has 3 points of light instead of just a single point of light. So it helps really reduce a lot of the shadowing when it comes to a lot of the corals. It definitely staying strong still. Fan's still silent, so I can't argue. But it's what I started out with, and that's what I have now after a year. So I'd like to thank everyone that still hung in there. I definitely know it wasn't easy, and I know it was definitely a task. But, good luck to everybody, and thanks for watching.